What if I told you stress relief could take just 60 seconds? Today, I want to talk about 5 simple practices you can use right now. And as you listen to them, I want you to think about, is there one of these that really piques your interest? And you go, ooh, that one I think I could do. It's not always about what I want. Sometimes it's about, in this season of life, in this moment, especially as we come into, we're in the midst of the busy, busy holiday season, what feels doable today? Because one thing I know, helping a lot of people who feel overwhelmed and stressed, or even have hit the point of burnout, they're not going to do things that don't seem doable because it just feels like too much and it's adding too much to what's already going on. So as we talk about these, again, think about what feels doable and the one that piques your interest to try. So the first one is deep breathing. Deep breathing is actually one of my all-time favorites because the more we're in this go, 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 this hustle process, especially in the chaos of the holidays, we have this tendency to hold our breath, or we scrunch our shoulders and we're not breathing. And that actually triggers our stress response to get higher. So when we can slow that down, we make sure that we have good posture and we keep our shoulders down and more neutral. And we take slow, controlled inhales and exhales to where we don't just fill our lungs, but we breathe from our stomach. Oh, you're going to feel the relief because deep breathing slows your stress response. So I want you to think about just trying 5 deep breaths today before you get out of the car, when you get in the car and you turn it on. Anytime, just stop, pause, take 5 slow, deep breaths in and out. Make sure that you're controlling the speed of the inhale and exhale. One of the other ones that I really like is called progressive muscle relaxation. So this is where you focus on tensing certain body parts and then you release them. So you can do this with most of your muscles, but the most common one to start with is to really clench and tighten your fists as hard as you can. And then you're going to slowly release it and see how that feels. You can go through all of your muscles. This is a great way to push and really try and get them to relax. And then guided meditation or guided imagery. This is a great way to connect to your imagination. Now, I get there are some people who struggle with imagination and picturing things in their mind, and that's okay. I'll talk about an alternative in a second. But if you're someone who can do guided imagery, you can find videos on that. But all I want you to do is to think about, sit in a calm place, quiet space. I want you to visualize, where's a place that feels very calming to you, very relaxing. You're at peace. Maybe you notice that you're taking deep breaths or your muscles are relaxed. Just visualize what this place looks like. So for some, it's walking along the beach at the ocean, listening to the waves, watching the waves. But you can just sit and connect to what that place feels like. You only have to do it for a minute, 60 seconds, but really connect to everything you feel and you sense at that place. Now, if you struggle with connecting to a picture in your mind, I want you to, if you can, step outside of your house or your work. And I want you to just connect to the nature around you or the buildings if you're a city person. And just let your mind and your body connect to all those things you see, you hear, and you feel. Go through all your senses. But just take a moment and reconnect. You can also do some yoga or Tai Chi. mindful movement and breath. Now, you hear those words, you might think, oh, Deidre, you said 60 seconds at the beginning. I did. Pick one movement, right? Pick one movement and just do that for 60 seconds, because that can be enough to lower your stress response this holiday season. So let me walk you through a deep breathing exercise just so you can get a feel for what this is. So I hope that you're watching this in a place or listening to this in a place where you don't have to focus on anything else. But I want you to turn your attention to your breath. Just pay attention to the rise and fall of your chest as you inhale and exhale. Now I want you to make sure that you're inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Now I'm going to start counting, and I just want you to have your breath go with me. So we're going to inhale through your nose for a count of 4, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. So you're going to inhale. Now I want you to hold the breath and exhale. So you can do this 10 breaths, 5 breaths, or set a timer and just focus on your breathing. Doesn't have to be long, but just pause. Take a minute for yourself. So I want you to imagine how calm you feel in this moment if you've tried any of these exercises or you walk through the breathing with me, and how peaceful that feels and what that might be going into any holiday gatherings. But you can get the full guide, it's linked below, to having a stress relief during these holidays. So have a blessed day.